The Alpha Sessions.
Welcome to the Alpha Session. I'm Katya Nimble, and today we're delighted to have Erin Astra in our studio. Hello, Erin.
Hello, it's so lovely to be here.
Thank you so much for coming. And my first question to you is, tell us about your journey into music. What inspired you to start creating?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am from Dublin. Just outside Dublin, a little town called Leixlip. And I moved, it was always my dream to move to London and to pursue acting and musical theatre. And so that's what I did. I moved over 4 years ago now, just after COVID. So it was still 2020. And I went to London College of Music to train in musical theatre. And that's always my first love. But growing up, I have always loved music and always wrote my own little lyrics, but never kind of saw how I could do it. I didn't know any like producers or any guitarists or anything like that, so it just didn't feel like an option for me. But then when I went to London College of Music, I was on the musical theatre course, but there's loads of different courses, and there was a music department, and the head of music management wanted to start up like a little record label to help artists, and I was approached by them, and they said, do you want to make music? I was like, absolutely, yes. So it all started from there.
Oh, that's an amazing story of changing countries and starting from scratch and growing into this incredible, talented artist with a really beautiful sound. I think your music is really, really unique, but what would you say is your main musical inspiration? Are there any artists you were listening to growing up that kind of fed into your own music?
Yeah, definitely. I think finding my sound is definitely something that's ongoing. When I first started releasing music, it's very different to my recent EP that I've just released. I always grew up listening to Avril Lavigne. She was like my go-to. I still love her, but yeah, I was definitely like dancing around to her when I was like this high, still in nappies, like love Avril Lavigne. And yeah, there's loads of different things that I get inspiration from. A lot of like musicals. I feel like that's something that I tried to zone into with my EP, because I wanted it all to be like story based and have like a running storyline. So I love artists like Melanie Martinez and Halsey, because they always have this like concept with their music, and they create like a beautiful world around their music. So yeah, I think Avril Lavigne, Halsey and Melanie Martinez would be my like go-to. But yeah, my sound I feel like is still evolving, and yeah, I'm getting loads of inspiration now. I love Mazzy Star, I love the Sundays. So yeah, maybe whatever I make next will kind of have different inspiration from them.
Let's talk about you moving to London from Dublin. You seem like a person who has a strong Irish identity, and yet you've carved your own path in this big city. You released your EP, Homesick, this summer.
Yeah, this summer.
And I really want to hear more about it. I particularly, today you played one of the songs from the EP, Motions. Could you tell us more about it, and how did you unravel this relationship, the evolving relationship with London through this song? And
well, basically I love home. I love Ireland so much, and it definitely is such a strong part of like who I am. I think I only really realised that though once I'd moved away, because the grass is always greener on the other side, and I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to be in show business, so like I have to go to London. And yeah, London was definitely not what I thought it was going to be. It's been amazing, but also extremely hard. And I've been here 4 years now, but the first 2 years were so difficult. It was like I came over to London and life started falling apart a little bit. My nanny got really sick at home in Ireland, and she helped bring me up. She was like, another mother to me. And she got really sick, and it was so difficult being away and trying to, pursue what I wanted to pursue, but also like my heart like wanted to be at home, and it was really difficult. So I was dealing with a lot of that, and then the reality of trying to pursue music and acting is everyone in London wants to do the same thing, and there's so much competition, but also that's amazing because like I love all my friends are also creatives and in acting and in music and all of this stuff, so I have a gorgeous circle of people around me. But yeah, also it's really hard when you're releasing music and it just feels like you're one person in a pool of thousands of other artists all trying to strive for the same thing. So I was kind of dealing with all of that when I moved over here, and it's taken me a while to process things, but writing my EP has helped me so much in that. I wrote Motions is actually I just wrote that just before I released the EP, so that was kind of its own separate thing. I wrote that when I was finishing university and I was just about to step into the real world, and I was like, oh my god, like I don't know what lies ahead of me. So that was its own little song that I just wrote kind of really sporadically. Like it was really spontaneous, and yeah, I love that song. But the EP, I started writing that. The first song I wrote from that was Closed Doors, which I also performed today. And I wrote that. My nanny passed away in June 2022. So I went home to Ireland for the whole month of June just to like be with my family. And when I was there, a producer and songwriter called Sam Stevenson, he reached out to me on Instagram and said like, oh, I see you're home in Ireland. He's also Irish, and he was like, would you like to, write a song together? I was like, absolutely. And so we got together and we wrote Closed Doors, and then after that I knew that I wanted to write my whole EP with Sam. So yeah, that's where it all kind of started. Sorry, that was a really long-winded introduction into that, but yeah,
that's just amazing, because my first introduction to your music was just listening to it, and then learning about your story, about the emotional depth behind it, kind of triggers my next question. Your songs are so full of life and so vibrant. They make me want to dance, and at the same time they have this vulnerability that comes through in the lyrics and in the tonality, in the pace, in the way you present yourself. How do you balance this liveliness and dynamism with this emotional depth and vulnerability?
Well, I think actually a lot of that comes from being Irish. Like I feel like we talk about hard things in life, but in like in a jokey way, where it's like, oh, it'll be grand, like I'm fine, it'll be grand. So I definitely wanted to put that into the music, and I wanted to like tell the story, which was really difficult, but I didn't want people to be depressed listening to the music. I wanted to make something that still felt like that we could like rock out on stage to it, and that I could have fun performing, because that's probably like it's my favourite part is getting to perform it live. So I wanted to create something that felt fun, but also said what I was feeling.
Another starting line, everything's about to change. Bracing myself for a brand new phase. Whoa, I'm okay, just a little bit nervous. I know it's worth it. Rearrange, the pages are turning. Looking at my life, have I grown? Did I earn it? Seasons keep on turning. Is this a lesson? Have I learned it? Seasons keep on turning. Is this a lesson? Have I learned it? I guess the end is in motion, and don't be scared, homes across the ocean. I know I wanna stick to it now, make it through the part of growing up that I'm diving into. I guess the end is in motion, and don't be scared, homes across the ocean. I know I wanna stick to it now, make it through the part of growing up that I'm diving into. I'm diving into, to shed my skin. This chapter is closing, sunsetting on this part, and it's turning golden. Chapters keep on closing. Is this a lesson? Oh no, here I go now. Hasn't hit me that it's real life, hoping that it won't bite. Oh no, here I go now. Roll the credits again so I can stay with my friends. I guess the end is in motion, and don't be scared, homes across the ocean. I know I wanna stick to it now, yes, the end is in motion. Don't be scared, home's across the ocean. I know I wanna stick to it now, I'll make it through the part of growing up that I'm diving into. I'm diving into motions, 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 yeah.
The Alpha Sessions.
What are you focusing on now? So you released your EP. Are you producing a new body of work, or are you focusing on performing?
Yeah, that's a difficult thing because I was working on this project for 2 years, and so much like love and energy and everything I had went into it. And so it's so weird to let go of something, like to put it out into the world and then to move on. So I'm in that in-between stage now. I have been focusing a lot on the live set and on like trying to create this really like strong live set. So I feel like with my band, Noah Reynolds was here playing with me today. He's my guitar player. He's been my guitar player from the very beginning, my guitarist. He is amazing, and along with him, like I have such a gorgeous band. Louis, Joe, Adamar, they're incredible. So we've been working really hard on creating a strong live set, and I've just been applying to festivals. I've been applying to like reaching out to different artists, looking for support slots, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I need to move on now and write more music, definitely. But yeah, we have one more music video to release. We've released loads of music videos, but we have one more to release. And yeah, and then I'll move on with my life and start writing about how I'm feeling right now. But I'm happy right now. Like I'm actually at a really good stage in my life. Yeah. So it's always so weird to like write from a place of being happy. I'm trying to figure that out. Like, okay, where's my material?
Yes, yeah, we talked about this briefly before the interview. Yeah. I want to talk about your music videos because it's incredible to hear that you've produced this very powerful, moving EP. You are a successful performer with, sounds like a really good pipeline of gigs and festivals coming up, but also your music videos are so imaginative and so, I don't want to say even well crafted, they're just so natural and organic, and they kind of add on to your music, but also I saw them as a separate work of art. How do you work on your music videos? I think Closed Doors particularly stood out to me, but you're welcome to talk about any or the process in general.
Yeah, I think coming from an acting and musical theatre background, writing the songs, I'm always thinking in my head, like, if it was a movie, how it would look. And I think that really contributes to, like, how the song feels as well. So, like, especially on Girl World, I had this idea of, like, me being, like, Alice in Wonderland. And it's kind of like a story that goes wrong, and London is my wonderland. So I definitely wanted to do something in Girl World where I knew I wanted to create like a Mad Hatter's Tea Party feel. So yeah, I feel like that definitely shines through in the lyrics, especially in the chorus of Girl World. How I do all my music videos with my boyfriend. His name is Max Riley.
Amazing.
He is, I know, it's so amazing to like get to work together. And then my best friend Alex Reynolds as well. She is incredible, and it's just a team of the three of us. And we have zero budget, so we created like all these music videos. We had to plan it for so long in order to produce something that looks cool when you have no money. So yeah, it was such a great process, and we spent about a year kind of planning it, talking about storyline. We knew that we wanted to have a music video for each song in the EP, and we wanted them all to connect. So I wanted like a seamless storyline through it all, where one video ends, the next video will begin, and it'll take off like that. So if you played it in full, it would be like a short film. That's what I really wanted to go for. And yeah, I really wanted to just have this Alice in Wonderland, Dorothy kind of feel, definitely drawing from movies and inspired by different fairy tales and stuff like that. So yeah, kind of like a fairy tale gone wrong. That's what I wanted to feel like.
Oh wow, I really like the storytelling element of your music, because when I was listening to the EP, I enjoyed your interludes as well. It's such a beautiful introduction, and it just gave me it almost made me feel like I met you before I actually met you this morning.
Wow.
And it works just so well. I'm sure it's difficult to implement, but in theory it's like quite a simple idea to put interludes in between songs, but it's just really beautiful bridges.
Thank you.
I felt like I had a really good introduction to all your tracks. Do you have a favorite song that or maybe the song you don't get to talk about as much? So this is your spotlight.
It always
song
changes.
time.
It genuinely always changes. I knew when I was creating the EP that I wanted interludes. I love, there's an artist that I love. He's Irish. His name is Reggie Snow, and he has an album called Dear Annie, and it's one of my favourite albums, and that has a load of interviews. Like he's talking in an interview to somebody, and it's incredible. So I knew, okay, I want to have something that like tells a story. So I just did an interlude for the beginning, middle, and end. So like classic storyline, and that was just so fun to create because I just took samples of like, I would be on the tube and I would just like press voice note on my tube, on the tube, and most of the interludes are actually like just voice notes from like real life. And I love I love all of them, but my favourite interlude might be the last one because it kind of wraps up how I feel about London now, and I feel like I've healed a lot, and it was just great to have my friends and my boyfriend be part of that, and also like a few fans I reached out to and I said like, do you want to talk about your experience moving from home? And they all did like little voice notes, and then me and the producer Sam like got to like clip little bits from them and kind of mesh them together, and that was really cool. I loved that. So that's my favourite interlude. And then my favourite song, it always changes, but I feel like it's Closed Doors. I just have a really special place in my heart for that song because I wrote it in Ireland. It was the first song that I knew was like, I want to work with Sam, and I love that song.
Yeah.
When I stepped off the plane, didn't think the clock was ticking for me. Now my poor brain got me running round in circles, because half the time can't believe the stuff I'm seeing day to day. So am I the one that's insane? So I put on a show, trying to convince them that I'm having fun, but I shouldn't feel my age when I'm only 21. Am I running out of time? Am I breaking from the line? 'Cause it's driving me crazy. Guess I'll be what you make me, 'cause I owe it to myself not to ruin my mental health over this. It's not what I thought it'd be, and not that they're close for me. I'm tipping away, but I'm falling quickly over the edge. Can't catch a break, and I'm striving to be something more that I can maintain. Think I'm cracking beneath all the pressure. These feelings are fake. Sure you wouldn't know if I met ya. So I put on a show, trying to convince them that I'm having fun, but I shouldn't feel my age when I'm only 21. Am I running out of time? Am I breaking from the line? 'Cause it's driving me crazy. Guess I'll be what you make me, 'cause I owe it to myself not to ruin my mental health over this. It's not what I thought it'd be, and not that they're close for me. It's not what I thought it'd be, and not that. Am I running out of time? Am I breaking from the line? 'Cause it's driving me crazy. Guess I'll be what you make me, 'cause I owe it to myself not to ruin my mental health over this. It's not what I thought it'd be, and not that they're close for me. It's not what I thought it'd be, and not that they're close for me.
The Alpha Sessions.
Today we got to hear 3 of your songs, and you played them live, and you mentioned to me that you don't get to play that many intimate kind of live performances, and most of your performances are bigger gigs for bigger audiences, and at the same time your songs that are out there on Spotify and other music platforms, they are produced, so they've got quite a lot of different sounds and layers and harmonies. How do you balance, or would you prefer playing live or working on producing songs, and kind of how do you blend both of those streams into your music career, music work?
Yeah, I love writing music because it feels like my own creative outlet that I have control over. So with acting and musical theatre, I'm auditioning for acting jobs now, and I'm putting everything into that, but you have to kind of, it's like somebody else's, you get the job or not. There's somebody else behind being like yes or no, and it's so great to make music and have control over it myself and be like, okay, I want to do this, so I'm going to do it. And yeah, so that's why I love writing songs. I just love creating my own little world and working with other artists and producers. I just think it's so incredible to get to just meet different creatives and make something out of nothing. Like it's amazing. But I love performing so much. I feel like that is the best part of all of this, is getting to perform and perform in front of an audience and see people like singing back my lyrics that I wrote. Like, I just find that bizarre. It's so cool, and I just love the feeling of like connecting. Like, I wrote these songs so that I could process what I was feeling and hopefully connect to other people who had moved away from home and were also feeling similar things, also trying to follow their dreams and realizing that, okay, this is difficult. So like to feel that connection on stage literally feels like I'm on fire. Like it's the best feeling in the world, and that's why I always feel like people say to me like, oh my God, like, you're pursuing acting and music, are you crazy? Like, that's the hardest career to get into. And I'm like, oh my God, maybe I am a bit crazy. Like, I am a bit delusional, but that's my why. Like, that feeling of like being on fire and like connecting to other people. And I feel like being on a stage and having that connection is like a feeling that I'll never get anywhere else. So that's why I'm doing it. And it is so lovely to be able to do like you said, like a small intimate acoustic set here. And I love switching up and doing like a smaller acoustic set, and I still feel that like when you're playing with somebody, and yeah, the feeling of that is just amazing. So yeah, I love it.
We definitely felt this connection through the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
And in terms of connection, if I had to describe your music and your artistic persona in a few words, I think one of the key words would be community and connection, and it really shines through your songs and the way you talk about your audience and how you want them to relate to your own story, and at the same time about the community you've created for your music journey. Your stage name is Erin Astra, which means star, so I feel like you're definitely the star, but you have your musical universe around you. There's other stars revolving around you, the people you create with, the people who support your production, the people who you collaborate with. So seems like so naturally with Noah, who came to accompany you. It's just really inspiring, because I also came to London a few years ago, and I maybe still struggling a little bit with creating a community. What would you recommend, or how did you do it? You have a very warm energy, and I think it's just natural. But also, just want to learn more about how you've built this universe.
Oh my gosh, I feel so lucky. Like, I feel so lucky to have such amazing people around me. I feel like my circle is quite small, but everyone in that circle is like gold. And I just work with people that I really, really like. I think in terms of finding community in London, a hack to like living in London, I think, is just finding your places. So like your pub that you like to go to, your nail salon that you like to go to, like I have like my little cinema that I go to, and finding those places, the little coffee shops, all of that has really made me feel more at home and feel like, okay, like I've planted a few roots, like that's really settled me. Just finding places that I like to go to, and in terms of building a community, oh God, I don't even know. I've just been blessed with people around me. I just like me and my boyfriend, we met really making music videos. That really started our relationship, was like a similar love for music and visuals. And then my best friend Alex, like she does film as well, so like it just worked really hand in hand, and meeting my band was such a blessing, and it's so cool to get to just rehearse with people that you love and like, you know, create something with people. So in terms of making friends, I just go to things as well on Instagram. If I see something like there's like a collective or there's like a gig happening, I will just go by myself as well. I know as a woman, like that's sometimes a bit scary to go places by yourself in London. But yeah, I'll just bring myself to these different gigs and like try and be open and to meet people. And I always think, oh, if I'm going to this gig and I like this artist, well then maybe the people here will be similar to me. So yeah, I've just been really lucky as well with the people that I've ended up bumping into, and I've just tried to hold on to them and really invest in friendships and art, making art. So yeah,
I hope it all leads to new heights and new achievements. Your song Ready Set Go has this beautiful line, chasing stars on my own. What stars are you chasing? What would you like to achieve in the nearer future? What are your creative plans?
In terms of the stars that I'm chasing, I guess that's the star that I'm chasing is my dream. Like I would just love to be creating forever and making music and playing with a band and performing my songs live and like booking a big acting job. That would be like just such a dream. Getting to go home and perform in Ireland would be such a dream. So yeah, I would just like to perform around the world and keep making stuff, keep creating, keep meeting amazing people, collaborating. That's what I hope my life, that's the life I'm trying to create, and London has definitely helped that. It has been difficult, but it's given me so many opportunities and like led me to meet so many incredible people. So yeah, I do really feel so lucky, and I really appreciate London, and I do love the city. It just wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, and that's okay, because it's taught me a lot and it's made me really resilient and really strong.
Figure it out, kid, that's what you said. While I was busy, lost in the city streets instead. Don't wanna play pretend, but I feel best when I'm in the clouds. My head's above all the chaos that I felt. Don't know if I'll go back home or if I'll stay here forever. I don't know if I'll run away or if I'll stay where I am. But all I know is I'd settle for nothing. I wanna be something. Ready, set, go. Don't know who I'll be or what I'll do, 'cause I'm young and I don't have a clue. All I know is I'd settle for nothing. I wanna be something. The more I look, the more I find that I'm in the right place and at the right time. Had a roast into glasses while looking back. Yes, I have everything I wanted. I was stuck in the past. It's meant for me, won't let it pass. And my friends here, they got my back. Looking to the sky, she's looking back, making sure I stay right on track. Feel best when I'm in the clouds. My head's above all the chaos that I felt. Don't know if I'll go back home or if I'll stay here forever. I don't know if I'll run away or if I'll stay Yes, I'd settle for nothing. I wanna be something. Ready, set, go. Don't know who I'll be or what I'll do, 'cause I'm young and I don't have a clue. All I know is I'd settle for nothing. I wanna be something, so let it take me under. Let it take me under. I'll let it take me under. Spaghetti hoops 6 nights a week, living out of boxes till I land on my feet. I could fly home to the comfort zone. This is the price for chasing stars on my own. On my own.
The Alpha Sessions.
If you could ever collaborate with any artist that ever lived, who, or a band or a composer,
Oh my god.
who would that be?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I would love to like like in a dream I would love to like perform with like Avril Lavigne or oh my god, there's just so many different things that I'd love to be part of. Acting wise, this is so funny, but like I love Ozark, the TV show, and I love Jason Bateman. So I would love to be in a show with Jason Bateman. I just think everything he's in is so good. Saoirse Ronan, like, oh my god. So yeah, I would love to. Avril Lavigne, Jason Bateman, Saoirse Ronan, and there's a new artist that I'm obsessed with at the moment. I love her whole vibe. She's a new artist. Her name is Love Cat, but she's doing really well. She just has three songs out, and she's already created like a whole world for it. So I really have like my eyes on her at the moment, and she's been really cool to watch, and I would love in the future to do something maybe similar to that. It's so cool.
Well, we're at the very beginning of the year. We can manifest
Yeah.
whatever we want. So we're
Absolutely.
just sending the intention for 2025.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Erin. It was just such a pleasure to
Thank
meet
you.
you.
So much.
I saw you on the tube, and I spotted you right away because you were like a star.
Oh, thank you so
yeah,
much. It's so
thank
lovely
you.
to meet you. And just before we go, I love to say like it's so cool to be here today and be talking to you and like get to be at this radio station, because my mum, she came over to London to Stanmore as a nurse when she was in her early 20s, and she actually worked in this hospital for a few months in the orthopaedic hospital on the high dependency ward. So when I got the message, I was like, oh my gosh, I would absolutely love to be here today and like to do this, and also like get to see where she was, and so like I've grown up hearing stories about this place, so to get to see it today and to be doing this is so lovely. So thank you so much for having me. It's been so nice. I've loved it, and thank you for all your lovely questions. It's been really nice. Thank
Pleasure.
you.
And for those who want to find you online, can you tell us your socials or your...
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Erin Astra Official on Instagram and TikTok. I post really frequently on TikTok and on Instagram, and on Spotify it's Erin Astra, and anywhere you want to stream your music, Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer, like all those places, YouTube, I'm there. And on YouTube, it's if you want to see all the music videos. I have so many music videos. There's so many. I have a music video for literally every song I've done. So it's Erin Astra on YouTube as well.
Thank you, Erin.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The Alpha Sessions.